Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we deliver mining insights and bullion sales in the form of physical delivery, offshore depositories, and private blockchain distributed ledger technology.
Welcome to Proven and Probable. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Today, we will provide an update on Millrock Resources' initial assay results on the Aurora targets located in the prolific Tintina Gold Province in Alaska. Joining us for a conversation is Gregory Beischer, the CEO of Millrock Resources. Mr. Beischer, welcome to the show, sir.
Good afternoon, Maurice.
Gregory, for someone new to Millrock Resources, please introduce the exciting opportunity the company presents to the market, and in particular, the 64 North project.
Sure, Maurice. As you know, we're an early-stage generative mineral explorer, early-stage exploration geologist with a multitude of projects that we finance by making agreements with other exploration and mining companies. That increases our chance of finding a ore body to the great benefit of our shareholders, and reduces the risk involved in early stage exploration. A lot of money spent looking for new gold and copper deposits, but discoveries are pretty rare. But it looks like Millrock might be onto something at the 64 North project, where we're drilling just to the west of the Pogo gold mine.
And speaking of that, can you walk us through the Aurora target?
As I mentioned, the target is just to the west of the Pogo gold mine and the Goodpaster deposit. I think your viewers are looking at a slide right now, and that those letters GP indicate the Goodpaster deposit. That's on our neighbor's ground, Northern Star Resources, and our ground is shown in blue. And the dark blue dots on the map are the approximate locations of the two holes we've drilled so far, and the red ones are ones that are planned for the immediate future. We did complete hole 20 AU-001, and we got started on hole 2, but as announced previously, the drill contractor elected to pull off in light of the risks posed by the coronavirus and potential travel restrictions that might have trapped his drillers here in Alaska. They're from Idaho. So prudence was the right thing, and so it was best to pull off. But now we know that we can go back soon. And we're quite anxious to drill hole 2 to its planned depth of 600 meters. We stopped it at 194 meters. So finish that hole off and drill the others in the general Aurora target area.
It's important to note that we're about 25% into the program, the drill program, and then as COVID-19 approached us, drilling had to stop. So based on that, can you share with us the assay results?
Yes, we did produce assay results for the top 2/3 of hole 1, and I'll be frank and say, Maurice, that we had hoped for better. Honestly, looking at the drill core, it was quite well altered with dolomite and sericite, telling us that a lot of fluid had moved through the rock, and we had seen the typical pathfinder minerals, pyrite and arsenopyrite, and even a little bit of bismuth sulfide, which is a very good indicator next door at Pogo that you're in or close to a gold deposit. And we had rather expected higher gold values, but we didn't get them. So it's a geological problem that we have to solve. And we do know a couple things, and in many ways this hole, even though it didn't have the gold grades that we all hoped for, it did have a lot of good signs. We know now that the shear zone that we target is the same shear zone, we believe, that hosts the Pogo mine and the Goodpaster deposit next door. Comes over onto Millrock's claims. It's a shallow northwest dipping fault zone, and we thought we had detected it through geophysical methods, and now that's confirmed. We drilled through the conductive zone, observable through the geophysical survey, and sure enough, the rocks were faulted and were mineralized with a little bit of quartz and pyrite and arsenopyrite. So we know now that this geophysical tool works, and we can therefore plan our hole depths accordingly, and we can work our way drilling holes, piercing that fault zone in various places, and thereby get a vector towards the gold-bearing part of the system.
Based on the results, are there any changes that will be made in the drill program based on what we know right now?
Not as it stands right now, no. We'll continue with the plan. These holes are spaced out a little ways. The next one we'll drill actually is one immediately to the north of hole 1. It's about 450 meters away. And it's closer to a potential heat source, a magmatic intrusion that perhaps would have some control on where gold is deposited. So it'll be interesting if we get a vector. If the gold grade starts to increase as we drill holes further to north, that'll be a good sign, and we'll continue to follow up that way. So that's the plan, and the plan is to get back to work pretty soon.
Can you walk us through the strip log?
Sure, I could. Yes, it's quite interesting to see the correlations. On this log, you've got lithology or rock type on the far left, alteration on the next column, presence of minerals in the next, and then the values of gold, then arsenic, and then bismuth. On the next 3 histograms, and then finally the magnetic susceptibility of the rock. And you can see some particularly interesting correlations between gold and arsenic and bismuth in particular. And we don't have it on this one. If you were to plot tellurium up as well, you would see it in anomalous concentrations, and that's a good sign. So sometimes if we were to see just arsenic and bismuth together, but no gold, then that would be a good indication that we're close by to something. In this case, we did get some gold, you can see from those histograms, but it would have been better if it was a substantially higher gold content. But nevertheless, it tells us we're in the right area, and you can see from those histograms that there's at least 3 distinct levels below surface. The depth is indicated on the far left side, depth below surface. And so you can see there's at least 3 zones where there's pathfinder elements plus some gold mineralization. So interesting patterns that we'll chase out. But right now we've only got part of the very first hole in the program to learn from. We're getting a lot out of it, but it's not possible to get a vector from just one point. So it's a good start, and we will look forward to continuing.
I like to share with my children, when you're drilling, it's like playing hide and go seek, and right now you're very warm, but you want to be hot.
Exactly. Yep. And that's the goal.
Sir, any updates when drilling may resume?
Sure. It's an evolving process, but we've established a way to proceed that we believe will be perfectly safe and protective of the drill contractor's employees and Millrock's own employees. And we've got those protocols and procedures planned out. And honestly, we'd already be back drilling right now, except in Alaska. We're right in the middle of the spring thaw, and the snow is melting away quickly. Everything's really soaking wet. The new drill road that we installed last fall is a mucky mess right now, and it'll take a couple more weeks for it to dry out and become usable again. And so we're just waiting impatiently for that. And then we'll make an effort to get back drilling again. We're targeting the last week in May for the resumption.
In closing, Mr. Beischer, what would you like to say to shareholders?
Well, I think we've got a great start here, and stay tuned for further news. We've got more assay results coming from the holes we've drilled, the bottom part of the first hole and the part that we did complete out of the second hole. We'll hope for some good surprises there, but then the next round of results will probably be coming in June or early July.
And what does that say to Millrock Resources when you had volume probably at a historic high when the news release came out, but the share price really remained resilient?
And, it's possible the market got a bit ahead of itself, and I thought, well, it'll pull back strongly since these results aren't as strong as we'd hoped they'd be in terms of gold content. But the price didn't pull back too much. A lot of shares traded, but that means a lot of new shareholders bought at 16 or 18 cents. And I hope and think that those new shareholders are going to do very well.
And just for the record, we have not sold our position in Millrock Resources. We look to add to our positions. If we see a decline in the price any further, we will try to be as aggressive as we can. Mr. Beischer, for someone listening that wants to get more information on Millrock Resources, please share the contact details.
By all means, just check our website, millrockresources.com, and you can get in touch with Melanie Henderson at Investor Relations, and she can answer many questions of current and future potential shareholders. And if there's anyone that has direct questions of me, I'd be glad to provide answers.
Millrock Resources trades on the TSXV, symbol MRO, and on the OTCQB, symbol MLRKF. Millrock Resources is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and we are proud shareholders for the virtues conveyed in today's message. And as a reminder, I'm a licensed representative for Miles Franklin Precious Metals Investments, where we provide a number of options to expand your precious metals portfolio, from physical delivery, offshore depositories, and precious metal IRAs. Call me directly at 855-505-1900, or you may email Maurice at milesfranklin.com. Finally, please subscribe to Proven and Probable.com, where we provide mining insights and bullion sales. Subscription is free. Gregory Beischer of Millrock Resources, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.